Hello everyone, my name is Emily Fabra, and welcome to my video essay on crocheting. In this video essay, I will be teaching you all about the hobby of crocheting, the history behind this craft, and the benefits we get from it, as well as how it's helped me and my mental health. Crocheting has been around for centuries, and even though no one really knows where it came from, it has been seen all throughout history and all around the world. The furthest back historians can find on crocheting is the mid-1820s, but back then it was known as shepherd's knitting until it took the name crochet in 1837. The true place of where crocheting originated is still unknown, but many believe it either started in Arabia and then spread throughout the Mediterranean, that it started in South American tribes, or that it originated through an evolution of Chinese needlework and spread from there. In a Dutch magazine titled Penelope, crocheting first became acknowledged as a craft. After that, crocheting started to make its way around the world, and in that time, European immigrants introduced the hobby to America. But it didn't get popular in America until the late 1940s, after the war, when home crafts became a newfound interest in many families. When most people think of crocheting, they think of somebody's grandma, sitting on her rocking chair, crocheting a scarf or sweater for her grandkids. In actuality, the demographic of who crochets has always changed as time has gone on. Crocheting has become a hobby many around the world now enjoy, and it has grown in popularity in America in the past 10 years because of younger generations like millennials and Gen Z. These generations have taken on this hobby as a way of self-expression, getting to add their own twists when making things like hats, blankets, stuffed animals, and even clothing. It can be believed that since younger generations are more open and comfortable speaking out on mental health, crocheting has become popular within these generations because of the mental health benefits that come with it. These benefits are actually one of the reasons why I've decided to work on this hobby. One way crocheting affects our mental health is through our senses. That's right, everyone. Sight, touch, smell, taste, and hearing. But not all of these senses correlate with crocheting, of course. You do not need to eat any yarn, and you can't smell or hear it either. The senses I'll be talking about are our sense of sight and our sense of touch. Visual and tactile stimuli can prompt the release of dopamine, which is a feel-good neurotransmitter that's typically associated with the feeling of reward, motivation, and productivity. Just from looking at the yarn, whether it still be a ball or it's been made into your finished product, you will earn the benefits of color therapy. From touching the yarn, again, no matter what stage of crocheting you are in, whether it still be a ball or it's been made into your finished product, your brain will feel the resemblance of petting an animal. So those with cats, dogs, bunnies, hamsters, or any other fluffy or soft pet will get the same relaxing feeling as if they were petting them. Another way crocheting improves our mental health is through the repetition of creating stitches. Those with depression and or anxiety tend to use repetitive movements like pacing, picking your nails, clicking a pen, or drumming your fingers as a way to get rid of the overstimulation they're feeling. Depending on their movement, you may harm yourselves or others without realizing it. For example, if you pick at your cuticles or nails as a way to relieve your stress, you may accidentally pick at your cuticle to the point of bleeding or possibly infect your finger. If you click a pen as a way to fidget and relieve your stress, you may, without realizing it, overstimulate someone else in the room with you, and depending on how severe their anxiety is, it could possibly lead to them having an attack. That is why crocheting and knitting is suggested a lot for those with severe anxiety and or depression. With crocheting and knitting, you get to put that need of repetition into creating stitches for your piece instead of doing an action that could harm yourself or others. Plus, you get the satisfaction of knowing you created something all on your own. Continuing on with the topic of repetition, Henry Ford Health explains in an article that both crocheting and knitting strengthen the human brain through the constant repetition to create stitches and patterns. This helps our brain create new neural pathways, which ultimately help us with our memory and can reduce the cognitive decline that comes with age, for example, Alzheimer's and dementia, by 30 to 50%, which is a crazy amount. Even though I've only started crocheting at the start of this school year, here's an archive story of my close friends freaking out about it. I've noticed a great change in my mental health. With this project, I was able to learn how to crochet and in continuation with that, find a healthy way to control my anxiety this semester. In these past few weeks of crocheting, I've learned that it's okay to take your time and not rush on things. Crocheting is a very precise art, and messing up one little thing could ultimately mess up the whole piece. So I had to learn how to slow down and not speed through things. I feel that my creative side has opened up more since the start of this hobby. When crocheting, you get to create something all on your own, how you want. You get to choose what you make, how it looks, and even how it feels. This opportunity, as well as the overall experience of trying something new, has expanded my creative instincts and had made me more open to trying new things and not saying no or giving up right away, because I get to see how I feel about a design and decide that if I don't like it, it's okay and I can always restart. For this project, I learned how to make a bolero sleeve, and for those who don't know what a bolero sleeve is, here are a couple examples. It took a while to get the hang of creating the stitches. I had to try out a lot of different things and try going to different locations to help focus on the task at hand. After many attempts, I learned that trying to actually envision what I was making helped me make the process go by a lot faster. I was working so fast, it was starting to look like a shirt by attempt 2. Like I said earlier, I also tried to change locations. I first started in my dorm and would try to crochet whenever I was free, but I kept getting distracted really easily. Then I started working outside of my dorm building, but that didn't work because the wind would pick up and the yarn would roll away, unravel, and tangle. So I wouldn't advise doing that. I tried going to the cafe on campus, the Bricks, and worked there with my phone at the bottom of my bag and my music playing to keep my mind set. I have found this very beneficial because with the fact that I get so focused on crocheting, there's music blasting in my ears, and the fact that I'm in a public space, I didn't even think to check my phone. Not being able to check my phone also ties into the anxieties that come with it, and my anxiety is something I'm trying to lower by crocheting. Overall, I think I've come up with a very good system, so go me! But wait! Don't go celebrating yet, though. Right when I started to come up with the good system I really liked, I injured my wrist. I didn't let this stop me, though. I did try to slow down how fast I crocheted and how long I would crochet for, and that definitely helped my wrist heal faster, but it still allowed me to get work done. Other ways I got work done while my wrist was injured was searching for articles and TikToks I could benefit from, and I did find a couple. These resources helped me learn good websites to buy products from and ways to crochet faster, which I definitely took advice on once my wrist was better. After a couple weeks of taking it slow, my wrist was finally doing a lot better. I started crocheting every night, and it became a part of my night routine. Once I started to crochet, my body started to know it should be getting ready for bed. I did this for a while, and I really liked how it fit into my day. And by the time attempt 7 rolled around, I had already finished the front and back of my bolero sleeve. We just have one last row to make of my bolero sleeve before I just have to work on the sleeves. So this is it so far. So we just have the sleeves left.
Few moments later.
Okay, so we did 13 rows on each side. So now we are done with the front and back, and all that's left are the sleeves. So I think this has been a really fun hobby, and I really have loved doing it. And I'm glad that I've gotten the chance to learn how to do it because it's helping me create things. So, even though I have only started crocheting at the start of this school semester, I truly do think it has helped me and my anxiety greatly. Crocheting helps us in many ways. This hobby that has been around for centuries helps not only our mental health, but our physical health as well, in many different and many unique ways. People all around the world know of crocheting, of course, but not everyone knows how entertaining and how useful it is for our lives. I hope that after hearing about crocheting from this video essay, you all will try out crocheting yourselves. Bye!